So ready?
Yeah.
Alright. In 3, 2. Shabalabalaba. Hi.
Are you trying to wait for you to get to 1?
It's not me that said you one.
So say the 1.
Oh, 1. I don't want to say hi, guys. I was thinking of what to say. You know, interrupted. Hi, guys.
I think we could just stick to our eye. Guys.
I know, right?
Let's just be something we do.
Hi, guys. Welcome back to our YouTube channel. This is the WESaBi channel. My name is Samira, and this is
Toby.
And if you're joining us for the first time, we welcome you. If you're a returning subscriber, oh, Jesus. No, as I said it, I remember we have reached 1.
Oh, God Almighty. We're very grateful to you guys.
We're over 100 finally, and like, you know, the journey still continues.
Of course.
That 100 for us was like
a milestone. It's a major milestone.
a major milestone. So we thank you guys. Thank you to all our subscribers. You guys are the real MVPs. Alright, so today for you guys have seen the topic. Toby don't know shit.
I don't know. I'm just here.
She's just here. So
I feel like a guest today on my own channel.
That's so true. That's so true.
Well, whatever.
But yeah, like I don't say we because this was on my idea.
Exactly.
So I felt like we should have a conversation so that you guys can see that we also have different opinions. Cause so it was more or less like from conversations with previous people. It's like we come with like one opinion and we give to you guys.
Yeah.
So but the thing is, we actually normally talk about most of the things we come here with before we record, so we kind of have a mutual understanding.
Yeah. So
we're going to show you guys the raw footage technically of
basically
our, because sometimes we used to fight too. You know, like we argue about it. Yeah. So today's topic, right, is under addiction.
Wow. So this is how the guests that used to come to the show. This is how they feel.
Yeah. Okay. It's addiction, right? So first of all, we have to come to a consensus of
what addiction
what addiction is.
I don't know what addiction is.
Yeah.
Wow.
What addiction
You got me stumbling.
You feel like a guest. Your body
I'm
shaking.
telling you, like why they sweat too.
Oh my God. Yeah, she not to be.
Okay.
But like, yeah, so from my definition is like, you know, something that you're physically, mentally, and like, you know, attached to. I don't want to say
could be an emotional attachment
as all the least attachment, mentally, physically.
Oh, hello.
All those. So that's for me. That's what my definition is. So like, what's yours?
Yeah, I kind of I don't want to say I kind of agree, but that's pretty much it. No,
it's
that's
just
basically what it is.
Yeah. Okay, so now the issue now with addiction is like when you say addiction for the first, like when people like, oh, this person is addicted, first thing I feel that comes to people's mind is like drugs, alcohol,
just crazy things, like things that are just like
right there in your face, right?
Yeah.
So but the thing now is there's more.
Of course.
A lot of people don't know that. So
that.
like I was having this addiction conversation just like this past few Sundays in my church.
Okay.
So it's kind of been a Sunday school topic, right? Addiction as a whole. But I feel like one, it's very broad. You have to bring it down, right? So okay, we're saying that addiction, drugs, alcohol. Okay, that's substance. Well, like, okay, but there's more. Someone can be addicted to eating.
Of course.
Right? But then the thing is that they're like, okay, what is that boundary that makes it addiction? Like when does it turn from habit to addiction? Right? I don't have the answer. I'm hoping you have the answer.
I don't know. I think from my understanding of what addiction is, I think the thing that makes it no longer a habit is when it's an impulse that you can't control anymore. Like you have to your well-being physically, spiritually, mentally is now based on that thing. So like you derive joy, happiness, satisfaction in
isn't that
habit
thing, as well?
That's not
habit something you're used to doing.
You're used to doing it, but it doesn't necessarily make you happy. It doesn't have to make you happy.
Okay.
I have a habit of biting my finger. It doesn't necessarily mean that if I don't bite my finger, I'm not going to be sad. You know what I mean? Okay. But then if I'm addicted to, like you said, eating now, for example. Okay. Now, it could just be it's an impulse that makes me feel I feel a certain satisfaction and completion off of doing that thing, right? So especially like it could start like I've heard a lot of instances where being addicted to food starts from an emotional attachment to whatever it is, right? So imagine if somebody like is exactly. It starts from there. So somebody is heartbroken and then they're binge eating. They get comfort in that. They like they're in a state of bliss while eating. Right now, it becomes they have an impulse to continue doing that thing. It brings them joy. Them happy. They want to stay in that level and
because
like
they don't
that
want to remember exactly.
Okay. So I think that's when it lives. It's no longer just a habit. Now it's more of an addiction because you're incomplete without that thing. That's my own perspective, Sha.
Okay, I agree, right? But then I feel like but there are some things that you like right now would say is addiction, right? And I don't understand how
is an addiction.
You get like okay, I think so far as to going like okay, I shower every morning, like okay. Well I'm supposed to shower every morning, right? And it's a habit, but could you consider it an addiction?
No. Why?
Because there are some people that derive joy in showering.
No, okay, actually, to you now, knowing you per se. No, I'm just saying, no, for you, no, not because of anything, no, like for you, for example, now, you showering and like, I would not say it's an addiction for you. Now, I know a lot of people that have like OCD, for example, and that impulse is for them to
want to
be clean, right? Or that's their own take, and so now they go shower excessively, like let's say every hour they have to shower, they have to wash their hands, they have to wash their face, something like that. That becomes an addiction. I feel like that is slowly becoming an addiction because they're getting I don't have OCD, right? So I don't also understand what it is. But from what I know, so my knowledge is very limited, guys. And if you think I'm wrong, please put in the comment section.
Please do.
But I'm not saying like now for someone like that now that might get that impulse to want to do something or shower at that particular time now. That their OCD is not attached to them showering. They're addicted to it now because it makes them. They feel like okay, everything is okay once they shower. You know what I mean? Like or what other example? This is weird. I'm watching the show where this girl, whenever she's nervous, right, she has to wash her hands. She also has OCD, but that's her own take, right? So that it becomes so excessive that she's losing her flesh on her hand, on her palms. It's so bad. She's addicted to because she feels like immediately she's nervous and like she does that, she feels better. She feels relief. Now you see that she's basing her satisfaction and completion based on that one act. So that's why I feel in her situation it's an addiction. It could be an addiction, right? But then knowing you, because I know you, it's not an addiction. You know what I mean?
Those that know, they know.
Okay, but
okay. Well, okay. I'll tell you guys a backstory, right? So, like the very first day, Toby and I had I don't want to say had a conversation, but like more or less, I heard her voice. I heard her speak for the first time. It was in church, and we're actually having this topic in church at that day about addiction. Where Anna asked that the lady that was taking the Sunday school said. Was it? I don't remember if it was a Friday service or Sunday service. I think it was a Friday service. So it was a midweek service, and the lady said, "Oh, addiction is when you do things like out of moderation, right?" And I remember as at that period, people were telling me to drink more water. That I don't drink water. And I stood up and asked question like, okay, so when does drinking water become an addiction, right? And Toby answered and said that
really,
kilo day.
I don't remember this one.
So Toby's answer. Wow.
I really have
it's been a while. It's been like a year plus, no? So Toby answered and she was like that drinking water isn't necessarily an addiction because it's helping you health-wise, right? And I'm just like, it doesn't add up for me because you're telling me an addiction is something that I do, it gives me joy. There's some people that drink water and it's very joyful to them because health-wise they're benefiting out of it and that's what they derive joy in.
No. It's not just joy, right? I'm not saying it's
satisfaction. A lot of things.
No, but it's just because you're satisfied, you're in a state of bliss and satisfaction doesn't necessarily mean it's bringing you joy. It doesn't mean you don't have to be happy. So, like for example, now you think people that know that they are for example, crack addicts now, they know that what they are doing is not good for them. It's not necessarily bringing them joy. They just like to be in that state of mind where they've experienced. I don't know if it's joy or happy. It could be whatever emotion they are feeling. That emotion they want to feel complete. They want to go back to it. They want to feel that completion. What they felt before, right? Apart from that, it's also now when it comes to substances, it also has to do with your body, like chemicals, like all of that. Now, but like now going back to that water thing, I don't remember my answer, right? But like if you ask me now again, if I had to answer now again, right?
She has grown up,
basically. LOL. I feel like it's possible to be addicted to drinking water.
Okay.
Because this is why I say that although it's healthy to drink water, too much of it can kill you. It seems like like impossible, but you can drown yourself.
Eh?
Yeah, you can drown yourself by drinking water. Yeah.
So
and then when your body is, because here's the thing though,
isn't the body like 70% water already?
Obviously it is.
Okay.
But it doesn't mean that you're adding more. So like, let's example fats, when you're eating food now, for example, that's eating carbs.
Oh, okay.
Like, why they say not to eat too much carbs? Because your body takes a while to digest that thing and break it down, and when it breaks it down, the component is getting is sugar. The sugar is too much for the body, right? Okay. Now I know water is just is H2O, right? It's just water. But think about it this way though: if like the hey God,
I say I drink it, you're peeing.
But it's not all the time though. Do you know? I don't know. I don't know the exact like numbers, like figures. But whenever you pee, technically you're not bringing out all the water you just drank. It's like, let's say 2% of what you drank in the whole day. So imagine you your bladder is not already it has not already filtered, like got into that point where you need to pee, and you just keep adding more and more and more and more and more and more. So it's technically still bad, right? So I feel like in that state of mind though, now, for not just because it's bad, there's an addiction, it's also the fact that because based on my based on the definition I gave of addiction, right? I feel like if you're getting a sense of completion, right? If you equate feeling this sort of way to doing this thing, you're addicted to it, and you have to like do it. You can't control yourself. You're addicted to it. That's just my own definition. So you can't be addicted to drinking water, but if you do it in moderation, I don't think it's an addiction.
Now at this point right now, I'm just here like it seems I'm addicted to a whole lot of things.
I'm addicted to sugar.
No, I
know that, right? No, I'm just saying, like, because that's just my go-to, right? Whenever I feel like I must have something sweet every single day. Right? I'm not exaggerating. I must have something.
She just had one before we started.
Every single day, right? And it gets to a point like it's even a cup out. I'm just like, oh, my sugar level is down. That's cap. I just want something really sweet, right? So, but I know I'm addicted to it. But that doesn't mean that I feel happy eating it. It's just now it's as you come. First of all, it started as a habit. Now I feel a certain kind of way when I take it. If you notice, even when I take like sweet things, my reaction is different, right? Before and after.
Of course.
Exactly. So I feel completion. Doesn't necessarily mean happiness.
It's like, wow, finally I can breathe. Exactly. It becomes it's so tied to my routine and who I am now that it's hard to break off of it. So a lot of people are addicted to a lot of things and they don't know. You could be addicted to the presence of your lover. Some people are emotionally addicted to people. They are emotionally addicted to their parents. Like, there's just so many things that we don't think of it as being addictions, but they're actually addictions. Yeah. Like, honestly, I would even say, like, as in from our last video, like, when we talked about red flags in relationships, and I said that, like, at the end of the day, you have to be observant. Like, so the observation should not just stop at you observing your partner, you should also observe yourself. So I feel like it adds to this, to like addiction, because now honestly I ain't gonna really if like you have not lie. Seen the video, please go and check it out. Go watch the video. It's right there. It's gonna be right there. Yeah, right here. Start saying here. It's there. Anyway, so like I feel like now I can mention like a whole lot of things that I didn't realize I was addicted to. But like now thinking about it, I'm just like, oh wow, I should do this thing like without even stressing about, like I just do it. So I like value shoes, like we're not going to talk about that. That's not the bone of contention here. It is an addiction. It's not an addiction yet. True that. Not yes.
Yet. You still have a saving grace.
I do. I do, but I'm not going to talk about that. I've been getting my shoe. Hello. I'm still having my shoe closet. Oh, you should talk to me now. Anyways, so like yeah, but like that's really what I wanted to bring, and I feel like the major question for me was that habit to addiction part, because like yes, we all know addiction is bad, and like how to stop addiction, like honestly, I don't think I've reached that level yet to be able to come and tell somebody else. I myself, I'm still working on it. No, I have a question. Why you have a question? I actually, because like in the process of what you said, if you don't have an answer, it's okay. Like if you guys have an answer, like please let me know. Because actually, like you were talking and I just thought about it. So you said we all know addiction is bad, but then is it possible that you can have an addiction that is not bad for you? No. Are you sure? First of all, you shouldn't have an addiction. That's already where it's I understand bad. That, but like, so, but like the addiction. What is the thing we're talking about here? Rubbing powder on your face? Like every
No, I'm
moment.
just asking, like, do you think it's possible for someone to have, like let's say for example, like they go and say,
Actually, I take back
Wait.
my answer.
do you think it's possible?
Because I'm just like, we're addicted to reading the Bible.
It's not necessarily
Praising
a
God.
bad thing,
It's not
right?
a bad thing because like excess. There's not. I don't think there's
Exactly,
excessive.
it's not letting you function
Oh.
in life. What are you trying to say, please?
excessive.
Wow.
It took a moment to like, why was excesses? Anyways, so like
Excessive,
there's
right?
not there's not
Okay.
excessive praising God. I don't know so far, like right now that's all I can really think about. Like I don't really think there's a part where God is
If
like,
you guys know
you're
any
doing it too
addiction,
much.
hello. If you guys know any addictions that you might have that might be not a good.
Or you know somebody
Like,
that has, or you
exactly.
just know. Like put it in the comments, like
What are you really thinking? But anyway, Sha, please
she's
let us
probably
know.
going to go Google this.
I am.
Yeah.
It's
So
there for a reason.
really then. So but anyways, like yeah, like that's all we have
Next
today.
topic. Very short, but like
Yeah, like as I said in the beginning, like addiction is very broad, but like I boiled it down to like, because there's no point telling you about what addiction is. I want to assume if you don't know what addiction is, just Google it. Go ahead. Wikipedia,
Exactly.
encyclopedia, they're all there. Like, but the one, like the general thing is, one, addiction generally is not good. Don't be addicted to anything. It is not healthy. And even the Bible says do everything in moderation.
Yep.
So for being Christ-like, you got to listen to the word of the Lord. So,
Facts.
well, without further ado,
She cannot say excessive, but she can say without further ado.
I just say, I don't actually know my mother today.
Oh,
Maybe you can carry your woman from here. Husband, if you're out there, come and pack her. It's time.
I'm ready. My loads have been packed already.
Our boxes are ready. Oh my god.
Oh god.
Alright, thank you for joining us on this video, and we will see you guys again next week. Don't forget to follow us on our Instagrams. The links will be in the description and on the screen.
I'm giving you
Beats
underground
for
beats. I don't know what you are saying. Don't forget to follow us on all
our social
ways
media.
that we have. I don't understand. I forgot the word social media. Social media. We have a Twitter account, guys.
Yes.
Somebody reminded me yesterday that WESaBi has a Twitter. I actually forgot. Not going to lie. This is very terrible. But I just forgot that we have a Twitter. So maybe this will be a WESaBi collective goal for 2021.
I did not forget
to. So
It's on my.
I forgot. I have an excuse. What's your excuse for not doing anything about it?
What do you mean by I didn't do anything about
Do you post on it?
Yeah.
Eh. Then again, I don't have a Twitter.
I wish you know.
I think I don't have a Twitter. Anyway, Sha, guys.
As I was saying, follow us on all our social medias. I will link everything in the description box below. And probably be on the screen if I'm not too lazy. So put the edits there. And up until next time, stay blessed.
See you later.
Peace. Leave a comment on addiction. Bye bye.
Hello. Take a picture right now, because
They took a picture last week.
they can be taking it every week. It's never too much.
Anyways, yeah, you can take a picture and don't forget to tag us on our Instagram #WESaBi.
Please follow me. I need to get to 500.
You know what happened was I was like, we have reached the end of the video. She did not mention it. I was so excited.
I need to get to 500.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
At Miss_Richards
Exactly.
on Instagram.
There's no S, but it's okay.
Oh, Richard.
You know,
Oh, there's no
Hausa
S.
people. They used to be dropping extra. Oh, please let me not bring a contract. Subscribe to this.
Supports me. How you about people that be putting? What do you put? I hate you now. Your sentences.
Leave us alone. Heroes. I want heroes, Oshi. I want heroes.
We are done. Off the camera.